The Komodo dragon is the world's largest lizard, reaching lengths of up to 10 feet, 3 meters, and weighing up to 150 pounds, 68 kilograms. Despite the fact that this massive reptile cannot fly or breathe fire, the moniker dragon is not as far-fetched as it may appear. These are wonderful creatures that don't require flight or fire to inspire awe and admiration in us. Here are a few intriguing facts about Komodo dragons to help you understand their weird world. Number 1. Komodo dragons can take down enormous prey. Komodo dragons are massive animals, measuring as much as 8.5 feet, 2.5 meters long, and weighing as much as 200 pounds, 90 kilograms. It's no surprise they can take down animals as large as wild boar, deer, and water buffalo. To catch their prey, they use an ambush strategy. Matching well with the dirt surroundings of their island home, they lie in wait for unsuspecting animal to pass by. They then sprint into action, landing a venomous bite before the victim can escape. Number 2. They have impressive armor. Researchers at University of Texas at Austin examined the armor of a Komodo dragon, which is built of thousands of tiny bones under the skin, because they wanted to know what would the world's largest lizard need protection from. They found that Komodo dragons have bony deposits in their skins, known as osteoderms, of many different shapes, which is unusual, but also that a Komodo dragon isn't born with them. Just as tree rings reveal the approximate age of a tree, osteoderms reveal the Komodo dragon's growth. They also found the answer to that nagging question. The only thing Komodo dragons need protection from is other Komodo dragons. Number 3, they're venomous. For a long time, it was believed that Komodo dragon's bite was so dangerous because of the massive amount of bacteria thriving in its mouth. As a scavenger beast, its bite must be filled with deadly microorganisms of rotting flesh and would infect and kill any victim. The truth, however, was discovered by Brian Fry, a venom researcher at the University of Melbourne in Australia, who found that the Komodo dragon is indeed one of the few venomous lizards on the planet. It wasn't until 2009 that the decades-long myth of how Komodo dragons kill was finally replaced with the truth, thanks in great part to Fry's research. Unlike a snake, which injects venom into a victim through its sharp fangs, a Komodo dragon's venom seeps into large wounds it makes on whatever unlucky animal it attacks. The animal may escape the grip of the dragon, but it won't escape the venom that it will eventually bring it down. By then, the Komodo dragon will not be far behind, tracking down its fleeing victim with its keen sense of smell. Number 4, Komodo dragons can eat 80% of their weight in one sitting. Not only are Komodo dragons big, but they have an appetite to match. When the massive lizards sit down to a meal, they are capable of swallowing as much as 80% of their own body weight in food. The huge feast and slow digestion mean that after eating, Komodo dragons will go lounge in the sun, with the heat helping to keep their digestion process working away. After the meal is digested, a Komodo dragon will regurgitate what is known as a gastric pellet. Similar to owl pellets, the gastric pellet contains horns, hair, teeth, and other bits of prey that can't be digested. Because their metabolism is fairly slow and they can pound down so much in a single sitting, Komodo dragons can survive on as little as one meal a month. Number 5. Komodo dragons are infamous for grave robbing. Komodo dragons don't always, or even often, hunt for their meals. Instead, they eat a lot of carrion. They can detect a carcass as far as 6 miles away. Unfortunately for humans living among the dragons, that can mean they feast on the recently buried. This has caused people living on Komodo to switch from graves on sandy ground to clay ground and add a pile of rocks on top of the grave for good measure. Number 6. Female Komodo dragons can reproduce without sex. These ancient beasts remind us not only of the prehistoric dinosaurs featured in the classic movie Jurassic Park, but their reproductive behavior harkens back to something highlighted in the film as well. In 2006, a group of researchers verified that female Komodo dragons can reproduce asexually through a process called parthenogenesis. When no males are present, females can still lay a viable clutch of eggs. It was females at 2 zoos, kept in solo conditions, that provided the eggs for the researchers to London's Chester Zoo and one from the London Zoo. Genetic analysis of some of the eggs from their clutches confirmed that no male contributed to fertilization. The females were both the mother and the father of their offspring. While parthenogenesis occurs in some 70 species around the world, this was the first time it had been confirmed in Komodo dragons. Number 7. They're also surprisingly playful. So we've talked a lot about the ferocity, speed, grave robbing, and cannibalistic tendencies of these behemoth lizards. But we wouldn't want to leave you with an unbalanced impression. There's a softer side to them, sort of. It turns out Komodo dragons also engage in play. Captive individuals have been observed playing with shovels, shoes, and even frisbees. The way the individuals interacted with the objects was shown to be without aggression or food motivation and can be considered play. Number 8. Komodo dragons are known to cannibalize baby dragons. It may be amazing that female Komodo dragons can reproduce with or without the presence of males, but something that isn't quite so inspiring is that those little offspring might just be an easy meal. If other prey isn't available, or it just looks like a youngster would make a nice snack, an adult Komodo dragon isn't above snagging one for lunch. For this reason, young Komodo dragons will spend time up in trees, avoiding getting in the path of larger lizards. That's not the only behavior that helps keep them alive to adulthood. According to the Smithsonian National Zoo, because large Komodos cannibalize young ones programmed to avoid, young dragons also undergo rituals of appeasement, with the smaller lizards pacing around a feeding circle in a stately, ritualized walk. Their tail is stuck straight out, and they throw their body from side to side with exaggerated convulsions. Number 9. Komodo dragons are originally from Australia. While famous for being from the Indonesian island of Komodo and surrounding islands, the Komodo dragon was first discovered in the land down under. According to fossil records, Komodo dragons, Varanus komododensis, moved out of Australia and made their way to the Indonesian islands, arriving on the island of Flores around 900,000 years ago. As researchers noted in a 2009 study in the journal PLOS ONE, Komodo dragons may have disappeared from Australia around 50,000 years ago, a disappearance that would have roughly coincided with the arrival of humans to the continent. Number 10, they're surprisingly speedy. They may look large and lumbering, but these lizards are all muscle and can move with explosive speed. In an all-out sprint, a Komodo dragon can run at an impressive 12 miles per hour, 19 kilometers per hour. The average human sprints at just 15 miles per hour, 24 kilometers per hour. So, if you're caught by surprise by a charging Komodo dragon that was lying in wait for a meal, run like your life depends on it. Komodo dragons have been responsible for the death of 4 people in the last 41 years. Don't underestimate their speed just because of their bulk. That's Komodo dragon for you. If you found it interesting, show some appreciation by giving this video a like. And if you want to get notified anytime we upload videos like this, then please subscribe. Thanks for watching.